The 43rd season of Survivor is underway, and one of the contestants grew up watching Survivor as a young kid in Bethesda, Maryland. Ellen recently caught up with Owen Knight to ask him about his dream come true.
Owen, thank you so much for joining us today, and congratulations. It sounds like this is a dream come true, being on Survivor. What was that call like?
It was incredible. It was just like you said, a dream come true. I've been dreaming about being on the show since I was like 9 years old when I first saw it, and to like have it come to fruition after 5 years of applying and getting very close to being on a few years ago, like it was incredible. And just the sticking with this crazy goal and dream for myself that I had set, I was very proud and excited, and it was incredible. It was a Survivor fan's dream come true.
So when you said 9 years old, is that when you were living in Bethesda? Because you grew up in Bethesda, Maryland, right?
That's right. Yeah, DC suburbs, grew up there, and used to watch the show every week with my family until maybe season 14 or so. And then when I was recruiting for Tulane one time, a premiere episode, season 33 was up on the plane, and it brought me right back, all those feelings, that excitement, and I fell in love with the show for a second time. And yeah, it was incredible. I became obsessed for sure.
I like when in your Sizzle reel you're comparing like your long hair now to former contestants.
I'm not 100% sure how people are going to perceive me. I mean, I've got the long hair now, so I think some people might think woo, but I love me some Malcolm. I think he's handsome and smart and charming. Like, come on.
Like, you really have watched all of these seasons.
I have, and I have a very like specific kind of memory, and I'm good with trivia and random facts, or like Saints jersey numbers, that sort of stuff. And so all these contestants have really stuck in my head over the years. And of course, Wu Huang from season 28, he had luscious long hair. Mine's up right now, but I knew I would get a lot of comparisons once people saw.
So how did you know you had the talent to do this? So you mentioned some of your talent, like to remember stats and facts. How do you know you're going to be good on Survivor?
Well, you never know until you get there. But I had faith that I felt like I could do well. Obviously so much of Survivor is luck and the people you're around, and we'll have to tune in and see if it all came together. But I like to think I'm in that kind of like sweet spot where I'm an athletic guy. I work out a lot. I used to swim growing up. I played football. I rode crew. Like, I'm in good enough shape, but I'm also not like imposing or threatening looking. I'm quite social. I was rush chair for my fraternity at Tulane. I work in the admissions office. I'm used to talking to people. And then of course I know the show really well, but I had confidence in myself, but also this just this curiosity and this desire to just give it a shot and see if I could be as good as I thought I could. And I'm excited for everyone to watch and see what happens.
Did you up that training level though, once you got the confirmation that you were gonna be, like, did you go to the gym more? Let's be honest.
Absolutely. I was working out pretty consistently at Orange Theory. Shout out to my studio in Chapatulas. But I also got a membership at the JCC, started swimming more and working on balance. And my fiance, she made me a bunch of puzzles and really went into overdrive for those last couple months once I knew I was headed to Fiji.
That's really amazing. Have you heard of any watch parties here in DC for family and friends? I assume they're all still back here?
Actually, so most of my friends live here in New Orleans now,
Wow.
but I have not. I know Bryce and Wen Presents, they are doing something in DC later on in the season. And I believe Rob Has a Podcast is doing something in DC at some point. Hopefully I'm able to make it up because regardless of where I'm eliminated, what happens on the show, like I'm a huge fan first and foremost, and just getting to experience this with other fans is just, it's going to be so fun no matter what.
Oh, it is going to be fun. You can catch Survivor Thursday nights at 8 p.m. right here on WUSA 9.